Hi there, it's Tina Stitches. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel about cross stitch. We're in a different location. So, yeah, this is my dining room. We're sitting in my dining room looking into my living room, and right in the middle of it is this beast. This is my latest acquisition. This is haul galore. I walked into a store and she was selling everything at half off, and I asked her how much for the whole thing. I was inspired by Julie from Stitching at the Cabin. If she can do it, so can I, and so can you. If you know of a shop that's shutting down, just go in and offer. I didn't even offer. I asked for a price. She gave me a price. I jumped on it. Poker face. Walked out to the car. Told my husband. And he was like, get back in there. But we went away for about 20 minutes to look at this other big purchase that we had been negotiating. And 20 minutes later, came back and told her, yes, I will take it. So I got all of this. Sorry, I've added my stash to this. So this is all DMC. I did have a pretty healthy collection as it was. But of course, as it is, you go looking for a color, that's the one you don't have, right? And I went in to buy 7 skeins of floss and came out with this for $300. Canadian. $300. Got me over 2,400 skeins of DMC. Yeah. So, made out like a bandit. And now I have a motorhome as well, because that was the other thing we were looking at, was buying a motorhome. And so I have decided that I have a lot of things that are patterns matched to fabric. Just a minute, I'm going to go take care of the dog. Okay, so she's been outside. She's had her pill. She's sitting in her favorite chair over there. So hopefully we'll be able to get through this. I do want to make it a rather quick video because my last video was way too long. I did not do a floss tube regular update video because time. Some of these things, sometimes they can take a lot of time to edit and get up. So this is just me, just a floss tube extra, telling you all about my score and asking you to help me kit up something that's matched already, fabric and pattern, just needs the floss. Some of these will require specialty, like fancy floss, and so that might not be happening, but yeah. Let me just take a second to unzip all of these. Okay, so all of the bags are pretty much unzipped. Nothing's going to fall out as far as I can tell. And we have about 30 patterns to go through here, so we'll try to do it quickly. So what I'm looking for is something that I can work on in the camper, the motorhome, that's not too fussy, preferably not on really high count. But we'll see. I mean, it really depends on what calls, right? So this one I already have fabric and thread with it, so I don't need the DMC for this one, but this is Alessandra Adelaide's Butterfly. And I have, looks like raw linen, probably 32 count, and River of Life by Forbidden Fiber Co. Yeah, that one's ready to go. Oh, another Alessandra Adelaide. Hot chocolate. I have fabric, 32 count mushroom Lagana, which that would be easier to see than some linens. No floss with that. I could easily put that together right now. You know what? We're not going to do that. That would take too long. This only requires 2 colors, but we're not going to do that just yet. I'll try not to zip either. Okay. So 2 Alessandra Adelaides. This one is one that is technically a WIP, but it's going to need to be restarted because I am not happy with the way it is turning out. It's not quite how I pictured it. This is the HL's Moth by Kathy Barrick. And here's where I got to and did not like the colors. So that one I would have to work on getting. I think I would just pull the DMCs for this and then go from there. It was a giveaway that I had won. With included was a conversion to other threads, and that's where I disagree with the way it's turning out. So I might just take all of these extra overdyes and add them to my overdyed stash. Yeah, I don't know if this one is probably not going to be camper, but it's not terribly complicated. The Menagerie by the Drawn Thread. It's called for 28 count fabric. I have a piece of 36 count River Willow by Lakeside Linens in here, and I just thought it would go really well with that. Kitted it up. If I kit it up with DMC instead of the called for NPI, then it would be fairly economical. These ones, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do these in the camper. But I'll show you anyways. And this is The Baker's Wife and the Duchess of Rouen by Nora Corbett. I've seen somebody stitch it in a black conversion, like the dresses are black and it's very gothic. So I thought about doing that, and I have this piece of beautiful 32 count Glacier Belfast linen paired up with those two charts. So I don't think that's a contender for camper. Let's see. This one is I could see me stitching it in the camper. Sweetheart Tree, Strawberry Fair. And it is the entire kit. Threads and fabric and everything. So I could, this is a pick it up and go, but it might be a little too fiddly for camper. So that's a borderline for me. What do we got here? Madame La Fée. La Nuit de Noël. Nuit de Noël. Christmas night. I'm pretty sure this one is like no quarter stitches. I think it would be pretty simple to stitch. And I have Over the Moon Belfast linen. A big chunk of it. So I don't think I need this much. So it's 32 count. So this is where it's like, well, that might be borderline. I think the design will be easy enough. It's the fabric count that might be not going to happen. I see another Mirabilia. This is not a camper project. Christmas in London. I have two pieces of fabric in here. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to go with a smoky white. Vintage smoky white. Although I do like the way there's a bit of a print on it. What is this? Silver Moon Belfast linen. Over the Moon. Okay. Yeah, let's not be making those decisions. Don't change it up. Okay. 32 count Silver Moon Belfast. I think is the one I would go for that. But that's not going to be a camper. That one is way too complicated, especially if it's not started. If it was already started, that I might become a camper project, but that's what I say. And then everything I pick up is like, that's a little bit more complicated. But is it? No, actually, this one is not all that super complicated. This is Linda's Sport Bag by Victoria Sampler. And I have the fabric, I have the thread pack, I have the specialty floss thread pack, and I even have an extra thread pack because it was on my wish list. So I think that one I could definitely put in the camper. Okay, what is this? This would be a good one for the camper. There's two of them in here. Dragonflies. And I mean camper, right? So wildlife. Butterflies. and a giant piece of .32 count natural Belfast linen. If I remember right, I think it's actually finer than the label. I think it's more like a 36. Possibilities. This one, I think the pattern is doable. Not a super complicated pattern. Superior Bees, Professor Hiveman's Clockwork Pollinators by Summerhouse Stitchworks. And I have a piece of black fabric in here. This is 28 count Lugana, which I don't know. Do I want to attempt that in poor lighting? Maybe not, but I mean, the black, it doesn't have to be on black. I can change that to something else. I have an empty bag. Okay, what else? This is a very big pattern. And a very big piece of fabric. And another big pattern. So I have two patterns in here because of the big piece of fabric, which I believe is off-white, antique white, 32 count Belfast, Cashel, something. I don't have a tag. It's from my stash for quite a while. Like, it's pretty massive. Yeah, so what do I have? I have this in here because I have a very small tree. My angel currently is way too big. And I thought, well, there's definitely enough fabric here to do one of these. So that was an option. Or I don't know if I can do both. I don't know if this would be suitable for camper stitching, because it would take a lot of space. Perhaps. Perman of Copenhagen, sampler 1790, I think. I don't know for sure what the title is. So, yeah. What else do we have in here? Okay, this is one. I definitely want to do this one sooner than later. This is by Judith. She's not designing anymore. I'm just trying to find. Well, Twisted Oaks Designs. Cocoa Pins, a collection of stitching smalls. And when it's finished, it turns into a little chicken. It's a Quaker design in a rectangle, and you fold it a certain way, and it becomes a little chicken. So, there's also a bookmark and a scissor fob. This one I have the thread for. not the fabric, but I think I could scrounge something up for that. This is another one I'd rather get done sooner than later. Well, not done, but I want to start one of these, if not both of these, sooner than later. Definitely could be, most definitely could be a camper project. Yeah. Little Stitcher, Alice in Wonderland, and Madame Chantilly, Alice in Wonderland. These were both gifted to me by Leah Noel of Rhubarb Patch Studios, along with some beautiful color and cotton threads that would very much be used in these. Very appropriate. This one needs fabric. I should do a pile for needs fabric still. Okay. Drawn thread. It's another one I'd rather do sooner than later. Let It Be. It's a small design. I don't think it's going to be super complicated. I have raw linen. This piece might be big enough, and if not, I have another piece that I could steal from. I'm just wondering about if this piece would work for my Alice. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. This one, I'm not sure if the fabric in it is big enough. And I do want to do a bit of a conversion on this, but the Collectors. By Autumn Lane Stitchery. I love this. That's just so awesome. Stitching this in the camper might be a little bit spooky, but I have a piece of fabric in here. Gunmetal by Stitch Me, I believe. I think it's not. I think it's might be a little bit too small, too tight. Maybe. I think it's one of those things where I try not to kit something with something that's too small. So if I put it in there, it must have worked out. But I still have hesitance. I'm still hesitant to start that until I double check. This one's fully kitted. I think this one might be high up on the priority list. Because you've never seen it before. No, this is Our Anniversary by Sampler Cove. And my husband bought this for me from my wish list. And I have 32 count French lace. And silks from Silks for You. And I thought, they would go really well. And being that it's a monochromatic, it should be easier to stitch. There should be lots of floss. And they actually do it in 3 different colors, but they're using 3 colors of not variegated thread. So I would just use all variegated, just the one color, I think. Sampler Cove, our anniversary. And the other thing is, I don't have a significant anniversary coming up for another 4 years. So that gives me 4 years to have some kind of anniversary. But I was just thinking anniversary because it's our camper, and we're the only ones going to be spending time in it. So find out if we really like each other. This one, the beaver. The only one in the cottage garden samplings Year in the Woods that I have bought. I have some 28 count coffee, Jobelin. Yeah. And I thought it would go really good on this scrap piece from my fabric box. Just the right size, I think. Yeah. Sorry about that. That would be my water. Almost done. Okay. There are 2 patterns in here. I think one of them is because it's what came in the Black Needle Society with the fabric that I think that I'm going to use for this other pattern instead. Yeah, this is 5 o'clock by Ink Circles. Got it in the Black Needle Society box 1 year. And it came with Seraphim 32 count 5 o'clock somewhere fabric. But this fabric is also the right size for this design. And I thought, well, that's very bright, cheery, so maybe that would work. Yeah. I'm trying to think of where I got the sunflower welcome from. It was either 1, 2, 3 Stitch or somewhere in Canada. There was a shop that was selling them. Yeah. Okay. So this other bag had 2 pieces of fabric and 2 patterns, and I think, yeah, this piece of fabric is a very buttery yellow, 32 count honeysuckle by Weeks Dye Works. It's very, very loose, very soft, very drapey. But I think I gotta get my note off of here. Look at that bee. Isn't she gorgeous? And the honeycomb around it. Yeah, that's the only qualm that I have is this fabric going to blend, is the honeycomb going to blend into the fabric too much? So, yeah. So that, and I also have Dragonfly Sampler by Midnight Stitching. Both of these I think would make decent camper projects. And I have a piece of, actually this one might be an easier camper project because this is Ada without a tag. But it's got yellow modeling. So Dragonfly Sampler, or Alessandra Adelaide Save the Bees. Both of them are beautiful. Okay. Stitch All the Things by Erica Michaels. I have a piece of something that I used something out of it. That's a really odd cut. What on earth? I don't remember what I made. But, yeah. If I could stitch the strawberry, that's what I would want to do. And I have some sulky thread in here and some Gentle Arts and Weeks Dye Works. The Lady Dot trim, the buttons. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Stitch It Central. That's where I got that fabric from. No, the Welcome, I'm pretty sure, was from Stitch It Central. For that Sunflower Welcome by Marnick Designs. Okay. This is a kit. I think the fabric is not going to be a problem. For this kit, Romance by Leonard. Yeah. I really do want to start this one soon. These are things that, oh, I forgot that I had that. Oh. Oh. Guess what's in here? Saw it stitched up just one too many times. After the last one I saw, I was like, okay, that's it. Nevermore by Leela Studio. And this piece of fabric I've had in my stash for a long time. My phone's telling me my washing machine's done. Yeah. Well, it was a Fabric of the Month Club from Extrude Designs that I was in about 6 years ago. This is called Spooky October. 32 count Belfast. Orange and blacks. Grays. And so Nevermore will go on here. We just need to get the fabric, the floss. It does call for specialty floss, but I don't know. I have so much DMC I could use. I do have a good collection of overdyed, so I would be able to start it anyways. This one I don't think is camper worthy, only because it silks in here. And the fabric is 32 count earthen. And this one is Blooming Bouquets Beautiful by Jeanette Douglas. I have silks, I have fabric. I don't know if I have all the silks. So, unfortunately not camper because of silk. We're almost there. 2 more. I could see this one being a possible camper project because there's a pattern to it, but it's somewhat monotonous, not monotonous, repetitive, but interesting. This is by Samplers Not Forgotten. English Garden. So it's golds and browns. But it would be good for a camper because of how the pattern itself is laid out. But now I say that only based on this. I have not even looked at the pattern itself. But I have a 38 count Heron Gray by Legacy Linen in here. Ooh, that might be a little bit hard to work on. Might be. I don't know. I mean, and it's charted for Weeks Dye Works. I think switching that over to DMC wouldn't be that much of a problem. It doesn't look like there's a lot of variegation in the actual, in the model. So, yeah, I mean, 38 count, that might not be appropriate. I might have to find more simple projects. This last one is not a camper project because it is a Mirabilia. And this is Ophelia. And I have the other part of the 32 count Dawn Belfast linen that Cassiopeia is on the other part of this. It was a big piece because I cut it in half, and Cassiopeia doesn't even take that much. But yeah, see this for this, yeah. But I don't really need another big Mirabilia right now. And this, I don't think I'd want to work on that in a camper. Okay. So that's all the things that are kitted up with. What did I just do? I must have had another empty bag. Okay. So yeah, I need thoughts. Any thoughts at all about camper appropriate patterns? There's a stack here that is not camper appropriate. That eliminated about 5 of them. 3 of those were Mirabilias, I think, if not more. This one might not be appropriate because it's a big one. But, like, they're all big, right? I mean, I am seriously wondering if this one, if it's in a smaller Q-snap. Why can't it be a camper project? Yeah, we'll see. This one only calls for DMC. The ones that are silk, that's definite no. Yeah, linen is a bit of a question mark for me right now for camper. So, we'll see. Anyways, I just thought you guys might like to see my could be started parade. And, yeah, I just had to share my excitement on finding this just amazing deal. Yeah, the camper was an amazing deal too, so I'm gonna go enjoy it right now, get the feel for it, try to get things. We don't even have anything out there except for maybe a couple of pop. But yeah, I'm gonna take off now, clean this up, go play in the camper, and let me know which ones were your favorites down in the comments below. Until next time, which hopefully will be in about 2 weeks, I'll have a regular floss tube video. Until then, take care of each other. Happy stitching. Bye.